And I'm like, how would you know you never had sex with her? She used to laugh and joke about it all the time.
So
How he
Common
flew back and forth to Dallas, and he wasn't getting no, because I sleep real heavy. So I'm coming from a fog, and then I look, lean over top of me, trying to stick his in my mouth. I know I sleep with my mouth open. I'm a heavy sleeper.
Jaguar Wright finally made good on her promise to expose and humiliate Common by allegedly sharing a tape of him and another man. And Jennifer Hudson is having none of it. She ran to her man's defense and has been seen praising him every chance she got so people could know how great of a boyfriend he was. However, Jaguar does not back down, and she claims she still has more footage of Common to unleash, unless Common finally admits what he did to her all those years ago. And yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. Common hasn't said anything about Jaguar's latest attack on him, but he denied all her previous allegations in the past, even hinting that Jaguar may need mental help. But what really went down between and Jaguar Wright? Is Jennifer Hudson in on it? Or is she just blindly supporting her man without having the full picture? Let's break it down. So for those who don't know Common, Jaguar WGHT have had beef for years, and Jaguar has put Common on blast for being a snake and a toxic man. In a recent interview, she implied that Common was a community wood and that all the women he had dated ran away from him because they couldn't stand his toxic behavior.
That's how I know in my heart, allegedly, that Common ain't hit that, because how is your chick 3-4 different dudes have a baby with a dude that ain't nobody suspect of, and you ain't know none of that was going on, but you was flying back and forth to Dallas every other week?
Right.
Like, you gotta be all kinds of like retarded or stupid to miss that.
Jaguar isn't exactly wrong, though at least in the part where Common had women running away from him, Common has dated many high-profile women in the industry. Yet somehow he always dumps them or gets dumped. He himself had admitted to running away from relationships when things got serious, because he only liked the feeling of being in love, but wasn't ready for the work involved in keeping a relationship. Common even confessed to seeking therapy to deal with his commitment issues. According to him, it was during therapy that he discovered he had an avoidant attachment style where he would withdraw from romantic partners when things got too intense.
Wonderful woman, a queen, and just a beautiful person, man. I just care for her a lot, enjoy her, and am grateful to have her in my life. So yeah, I'm happy.
Of advice from but the great Michelle Obama, but it's really authentic and real and honest. And I mean, a lot of the things she said to me is just like wisdom. It's like, because sometimes I'm always looking for the perfect person. I need this perfect, and I'm not perfect, so what am I doing, right? But she's like, look, you're gonna have to compromise sometimes, right?
Really?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah, you gotta compromise.
But he probably should have started earlier, because practically throughout his life, his love life has been a mess. Common's first public relationship was with his baby mama, Kim Jones. It's not clear when they started dating, but the relationship was serious, and they even had a daughter named Omo. Asada Lynn with them. Omo was born in 1997. But Common and Kim split up just a year later. It's unclear why they broke up. But you could say Common was at a stage in his life where he didn't know what he wanted. In his memoir, Let Love Have the Last Word, he confessed to being kind of a bad parent to his daughter because of complications surrounding his breakup with her mother. In an interview, Common talked about how when Omo was 19, she asked if he even cared about her at all. And he was shocked. She said, "It felt like you didn't fight for me." That was when Common confessed that his being distant was because of his relationship with her mother. He said, "It's the typical things you hear about with two parents who are splitting up. That love is obviously there. But it's like sometimes I wasn't able to have as much access. And without that, we couldn't build the strongest relationship. Not being as involved in your daughter's life because you no longer like her mother sounds like typical deadbeat behavior. But what do we know it looks like? Common's toxic relationship pattern was established from that point because his next relationship wasn't much better. He started dating Erica Badu in 2000, and the relationship was just messy from start to finish. Interestingly, Common admitted that Erica was his first love, and that he was hooked on the bad box. Common told XXL magazine in an interview, "Yeah, the bad box is real, man. It could take you to another universe, seriously. That's when you meet somebody that's real special. You're like, man, this she got something else, man. It ain't just the intimacy. It ain't just the looks. It's something that's kind of like Spirit WCIs, where you're like, this woman got something else." It's no surprise that when they broke up, Common was heartbroken that he couldn't eat for days. He said with Erykah Badu, "That was my first love where you're just open and floating. When we split, I was 27 or 28. I was in a haze, just going through the motions. It was hard to eat. It's unclear what caused the breakup, but it was believed that they weren't ready to settle down." Common said it wasn't her fault, but the relationship didn't go forward. However, Common later did a 180 and started blaming Erykah for his heartbreak, saying she was the one who ended things because she started seeing someone else. He said, "She handed it to me. I was in my hotel room on tour and she called me and was like, 'Hey, I don't want to be in this relationship no more. That was my first love.'" And heartbreak Common saying that was pretty interesting because before he and Kim broke up, they were actually engaged. So did he get engaged to someone he wasn't in love with just for fun? Or was he lying about Erykah being his first love? The whole thing raised eyebrows from fans, and some people even started suggesting that Common couldn't get his love life right after Erykah because she cursed him. Now, Erykah has always leaned into the whole woo-woo energy, so she definitely wasn't trying to beat the allegations. Also, the idea of her doing something Common isn't too far off, considering she once implied that Common might have been unfaithful. In an interview, Erykah revealed, "No infidelity is not a deal breaker for me. We're all born blank beings. I myself am not someone with a very high libido. I don't require intimacy for happiness. I need companionship. I need a partner. I can depend on that I can love and grow with. But I do understand the nature of these men I've been with. And men in general, they have a need to chase." So Common was out here acting like he didn't have a clue why Erykah dropped him like a hot potato, while he was likely cheating on her with other women. Talk about toxic. But no matter how toxic Common gets, it looks like there's always going to be a successful, wealthy, and beautiful woman willing to put up with his mess. After his relationship with Erykah, Common started dating Taji P. Henson. Common and Taji first sparked dating rumors in October 2005. But they didn't confirm anything until years later. Common had many nice things to say about Taraji. Their time dating, Taraji also had nice things to say about Common. And it was obvious she really fell for him because she introduced him to her son, which she does not do in every relationship. However, when the time came for them to take their relationship more seriously, Common couldn't handle the prospect of commitment, so he dipped.
Common was the last real long-term relationship I had. After that, I was like, I don't want, because my son was sad. He was sad when we broke up.
After Taraji, Common started dating Serena Williams. The relationship began in 2007. After Serena appeared in the music video for Common's song I Want You, Serena also initially tried to keep the relationship low-key, but then she came clean in 2008. She was asked about the relationship, and Serena said he was a great guy. Later that year, Common and Serena were spotted holding hands in Miami, and an eyewitness reportedly saw them locking their lips. However, that relationship ultimately fell apart when Serena reportedly broke things off in 2010. However great of a guy Common was, he just couldn't help fumbling another black queen. At least this time, they remained friends and even worked together on other projects in the future. And according to Common, he still respects Serena to this day. After such a stable and mature relationship with Serena, it looked like Common had finally outgrown whatever demons didn't let him keep a woman in. The past fans thought he would finally get his act right and get into a healthy and long-term relationship next. But that turned out to be the complete opposite. His next relationship with Angela Rye was as messy and toxic as they come. Common and Angela started dating in 2017, and they were together for a year, acting like they were madly in love. Common described Angela as a wonderful woman, and it seemed like he had finally found his person. Come to find out, Common was still the same scared of commitment man he was in his relationship with his baby mama back in '98 when they broke up in 2018. It was revealed that the reason for the breakup was that Angela was ready to settle down and have children. But when she asked Common if he was willing to take that step with her, he just kept posting her, so she took the hint and broke things off. It was obvious he didn't want to settle down or commit to a serious relationship, but didn't have the gall to tell her to her face.